We're here at the 3M Buckler Innovation Centre to talk to Barry Timmins about behind the scenes and services to business.
If you think about the university, what we do as an entity, we do research, we teach students, and those students go out into the world and make a difference in the world. But the other element that we do is called knowledge transfer. A relatively recent description for what it's called the third leg of university activity, and that's supporting the outside world with our expertise and knowledge. So that's about getting our know-how, our inventions, the way we do things out there into the real world and making a real difference to businesses and communities and organisations. So that's the very broad remit of what Service to Business is all about. It's about helping the outside world access our knowledge and expertise and help them using that to make a difference in their business or their communities and things like that. People we call upon to deliver the support and expertise to the outside world, they're the academic base, so they're researchers and academics, so lecturers, senior lecturers, profs, and also people who just solely do research. So in terms of the network of people who deliver that support, it's about 1,500 people, I suppose, all in all. Not that I know them all, I have direct contact, it's mostly through other people. But in the interface between the university and the outside world, there's probably about 4 or 5 of us at most dotted around the university who do various activities around that. Yeah, there was a sort of a pivotal report back in 2007 by Lord Sainsbury, which is called The Race to the Top, and that set out what universities need to be aspiring to support the innovation in the UK. And that's not only companies and ranging in size from one-man startups right through to the big multinationals like Rolls-Royce and aerospace and things like that, how we should support them. And that gave us a kind of a framework that we should follow really, and a sort of best practice almost that we should aspire to. Our funding, most of the funding for this kind of activity comes from there's a government body called HEFCE, which is the Higher Education Funding Council for England, and they have so to use acronyms again, but they have a series of funding arrangements with universities under what's called HIFE, which is the Higher Education Innovation Fund, and that's to support the knowledge transfer activities and promote the knowledge transfer activities of the university. So most universities get a HIFE allocation. We get about just under £1 million a year from HIFE to support our activities and outreach and working with the outside world. There's lots of trade organisations, so something like the Kirklees and Calderdale Manufacturing Alliance. So that's a group of manufacturers, so we have quite strong links with those people. We have strong links with lots of different organisations that network into different sectors, ranging from healthcare to hardcore engineering, specific areas of strength, things like surface metrology. The university is a world leader in, so we engage with 3M on that, on surface characterisation research. They work with us on undergraduate enterprise, so there's something called Honeypot. A lot of the time we get access to funding to support companies. So through the 3M Buckler Innovation Centre we have funding to go out and help companies, and they get the first couple of £1,000 of activity or support free from us. So we can go and say, look, we have expertise here, we think we could help you do measure something better, do something better. Why don't we see what we can do together? It's about a £8 million centre that we're developing alongside Borg Warner, who have a big production plant over in Bradford. So that'll be a new entity here. So we're developing that from scratch, from the ground up. We have some expertise that already directly aligns into that, but we're recruiting, sort of a brand new research centre to develop that. And that's a generic centre as well. So there'll be obviously strong links in with Cummins Turbo Technologies over the way as well.
Yeah.
We have 3 on that are going to a formal committee for approval in the next few weeks, and they range from a breath diagnostic for early stage cancer diagnostics. So you breathe in and it monitors, it detects certain things and says, you may have the signs of early lung cancer. We have one around a cancer therapy that's come from a research group in the university as well. So that's a very exciting one. It's a social enterprise. One of the things that we do that I and colleagues and probably colleagues get more and more involved in is around social enterprise. So if there's any profits that goes back into so a cooperative is a pretty good example of the kind of thing that social enterprise is. And so one of the guys here who's a new business development advisor within the enterprise team that is specifically targeted at graduate startup kind of thing, graduate startup companies, he and a colleague are developing a spin-out proposal to support social enterprises. So they're developing a social enterprise to support other social enterprises, which is quite a neat offering, because it's quite a new area. I guess it kind of came to prominence with the big society.
Yeah.
You know, doing things for society with societal impact and societal conscience almost. I think one of the big things that we need to ensure is very successful is this 3M Buckley Innovation Centre. You know, it's one of the prime routes for the university academics and researchers to engage with the outside world. So the companies that are based here, so there's about 70 companies that are registered here so far. There's a much wider network of companies that are associated with the centre as well, although they don't say maybe have an office here. They come in and meet everybody here because places like this are very much seen as a hothouse for new ideas, new technology.